live for mission launch. It ain't a Friday if there's no roll call Friday, huh?
Nope.
Are the lines up?
Yes, sir.
They look good? That's as expected. We'll talk about it on the way up. That's on. Houston, this is Boston speaking. Mission launch for Roll Call Friday in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
This is the show known as Roll Call Friday. What is up, Brigade? Welcome into the Bostonian versus the Book. Friday. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault. Baseball cards. Are you kidding me? We got baseball cards, Brigade trading cards. The Discord channel is popping with all sorts of Discord channels things today with baseball cards. Sonic, you got a hat tip to start. That's my roll call for you, sir. What a job today. Welcome to the show, live on YouTube, live on Twitter. Hit the like and subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're not, I'm looking at you, Sports Grid people. Get over there. It's youtube.com at Boston versus the Book / at Boston versus the Book. Mr. Sharapan, how are you on this Penn State Big Ten? Oh my God, what is going on to college football day?
We had the whole show lined up, and then that other thing happened, and we had said, all right, put it at the top. So I had to change clothes, get ready to go. It's the last day of summer vacation, weekday-wise, for the kids. So
not for Maddie.
Next week on Monday for Kendall.
Yeah.
This is your shout-out, Kendall. Okay. Friday, Roll Call Friday, where we get together here. No suits, no meetings, no agendas. None of that, sorry, Will, bullshit. Okay? We'll get that one out of the way early. I'm fired up for many different reasons. Okay? Every single Friday, you guys bring it. It is incredible what we're starting to really see grow every day. But Friday is a different energy. Friday is just one of those things. I can't wait to get on here at the ish time, see you, see the chat, and watch this thing flow. So let's go.
We will talk to James Young, who will be at a horse track. We got a horse guy today.
Horse guy
today. He's at the track.
Saratoga.
No idea when, where, how. Just FYI. Heads up. Coach Young coming in some state doing something at Saratoga. So buckle up for that because he's already tweeting about what he's bringing. He said, I'm bringing the heat. So get ready, Brigade. Okay. Let's see what happens today. So there will be a guest coming on here in about 15 or 20 minutes or so. So stick around for Coach James Young. The Sports Grid, stop on by having some fun. So before we get to that, we do have the breaking news like you mentioned.
Wait, this breaking news that we can't break that news yet. I was going to okay.
No. This breaking news.
Okay.
That Oregon and Washington are joining the Big Ten. They are leaving the Pac-12, which puts this conference in a big problem. We'll get to Arizona State and Arizona here in just 1 second, Jordan, the Big 12, because that's the other side of this story that we'll get into. But let's just start from a Big Ten perspective. Oregon, Washington joined. They're going to get complete shares. If I'm Nebraska, I am so bent at this.
Why?
Nebraska, they had to wait 7 years to get a full share of the media rights. Oregon and Washington are getting it day one. They join the conference. They get the full share.
I mean, let's just be honest. Oregon and Washington are bringing a little bit more, aren't they?
I would agree. It's just 7 years and 7 years. I mean, this is how quickly these things have changed now.
Well, everything's changed, right?
Yeah.
You know, people are doing content that probably wouldn't be doing content 7 years ago.
Fair.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. If you are, and you are a Big Ten person,
I am.
how do you feel about UCLA, USC, Oregon, and Washington? 18 teams are part of the Big Ten.
Change the name. We got to change the name first and foremost. 2, diluting the conference even more. I like the Pac-12. According to you, we're out on the West Coast here in Las Vegas.
We are, correct.
On the coast.
Correct.
But yet we are in the Pacific time zone. I've always been a West Coast guy. From the time I was a little kid, I just liked what was going on out west. It was always sunny, it felt like. I always dreamed about going to the Rose Bowl and thought that, teams, stadiums, uniforms. I thought Washington looked like an amazing place to go see a game. And now they're in the same conference playing, all the same teams. Purdue against Washington.
Is the Rose Bowl dead?
Yes. Is it not?
I mean, that was my first thought was, because here's what I think. They have 18 teams, right? I think Stanford and Cal are going to wind up in the Big Ten. And I think you're going to have 2 divisions of the Big Ten, with 10 teams each. And you're going to have essentially the Pac-12 teams in their own West Coast division. And maybe you play the Rose Bowl. Maybe the Big Ten championship game moves from Chicago and moves to Pasadena.
Indianapolis. It's in Indianapolis right now.
Indianapolis. Sorry. Move it to Indianapolis. Headquarters of Big Ten or Chicago. Sorry.
I guess so. I mean, that's the first thing I thought too.
You could have Oregon, Washington, Cal, Stanford, USC, and UCLA. Those are 6 teams. And then the other 4 is such a huge
are in the Midwest.
It's like a 2,000-mile difference to the next Big Ten team, which I guess would be
Nebraska, Northwestern, and
yes, Nebraska, Northwestern. My God, you're going to make now. Here's an interesting little twist. Nebraska being in a division that includes the California schools actually might be welcomed by Nebraska, even though the travel would be really bad. The largest alumni group for Nebraska is called Californians for Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah. And so they do a lot of things. When I was working in Omaha, there was a guy who ran a bunch of websites, recruiting websites in California, because he went to Nebraska and he had a whole, if you watch Memorial Stadium and in the end zones, they have all these big placards. They're purchased by the different alumni groups. It's like Arkansas for Nebraskans, but the Californians for Nebraska is the biggest group. So now if Nebraska baseball, volleyball, basketball,
right,
is always going to California and to the West Coast.
It'll be gigantic.
For 4 games a year, to have 4 road games a year out there, that might actually be welcome. So even though the travel would be kind of brutal on the cost side of things, I think they would welcome that. I don't know how Northwestern would feel about that, although it's Chicago, so you get direct flights if you're not flying direct and you're not flying private.
It obviously doesn't matter what anybody feels about it. They're just doing it anyway. They're not asking. They're not telling. We're adding schools. We're adding schools. I mean, this is an arms race, and the Big Ten is winning. The Big Ten is like, all right, we're going to just scoop them all up. We are coast to coast conference. Change the damn name. It's not the Big Ten anymore. It's the Big 20, the Big 18. What are we going to call it?
But you know what's going to happen next? And you're absolutely right about that. Do you know what happens next because of what you just said?
Florida State. Somebody's going to, the ACC's blowing
Goodbye.
They're all of those schools right now, and they're already having the conversation.
FSU, FSU said it on Monday. They said it in a meeting. FSU said, we are not happy with our current spot in the ACC. We love the ACC, but we're not happy with the ACC. So it's like, uh-oh. So that's Clemson and Florida State both throwing up the flag, I think, to the SEC saying, come get us, guys. Get us out of here.
Is there well, first, let me just shout out Chef Benny with our first super chat.
Hey.
Blue streak in the chat. He said we should just call it the Big Ten-ish. I like
Great
that.
idea.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, for an
Also-
academic for a conference as passionate about academics as the Big Ten is,
Yep.
to have 20 teams and call it the Big Ten, you could do like the Big Ten times 2. Like you could
Big 10 X2,
X2?
nice logo.
You could do something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
but you cannot with a straight face with 18 teams call this the Big Ten. It's ridiculous.
I want to shout out Mrs. K.D. Dow, Mrs.
Hi.
J. Dow. She's in the chat. We've now, I think our females watching the show just doubled between Kendall and Mrs. K. Dow. So hello to her. Maryland and Rutgers. Okay. Senior member of the brigade, Roger Long, just said he didn't like it when they were added.
I would
Is
agree.
there a contraction or a trade? Talk about our trading cards that are on the Bostonian versus the book. Would the Big Ten say, oh, we got Washington, Oregon, UCLA, USC, bye-bye, Maryland,
No,
bye-bye, Rutgers.
to get rid of a conference school is literally impossible. Like it's
But
impossible.
once you're in, you're in.
Once you're in, yeah, this is like the mafia. Once you're in, there's no getting out.
Oh,
Like you don't. There is no removing a team. Otherwise, Vanderbilt could have been kicked out of the SEC a long time ago. The legal.
really good academic school. That I mean, they have to bring something to the table there.
That's all they bring. It's the only academic school in the SEC.
It's an easy win for those teams too. I mean, most of them in a lot of the sports.
Yeah, it is. But
Although
it's still,
Vanderbilt said, "To hell with all this, we're going to get really good at baseball." I mean, they're
and really
tremendous
good at
baseball.
basketball at times. But baseball is right. Yeah, they are the best SEC or one of the best SEC baseball schools, which is smart for them to do it. But take the money and there's a lot of fans that go to Vandy games and make money on baseball with Vanderbilt. But
So, is it possible that the people in Nebraska get riled up enough that they would leave?
no. They love this. Nebraska being in the Big Ten is exactly where they want to be. They don't want to be in the
Okay,
Big
so
12.
That's the only other option, right?
Yeah, they don't want to be there. I mean, they tried it. They would prefer to be with like-minded academic institutions. Nebraska's a little, they're a little bit on the bougie side. They consider
Really?
they consider that they hold their nose up pretty high. I mean, they're like, we're not Iowa, we're not Iowa State, really. I mean, Iowa and Nebraska both have very similar academic histories, but Iowa State and Nebraska do not. And Nebraska believes they are way above because it's the AAU, the American Accredited University. And this is a big thing that gets you into the Big Ten. It did for a while with Maryland, Rutgers, and Nebraska. Those are all 3 AAU schools. Stanford and Cal are baby Ivy. I mean, they're above the AAU. They're baby Ivy. So I fully anticipate Stanford and Cal to be, I thought they'd go first over Cal, over Washington and Oregon. So now those 2 are in. The problem is, and this is what happened first, Arizona is going to the Big 12, and so is Arizona State. So
I didn't hear about Arizona State yet, but they're going to follow them.
They're going to follow them. The Arizona is run by the Board of Trustees, which controls both. So if Arizona goes, Arizona State's going to go too. They're both going to go to the Big 12. So that will be 15 teams. So they're going to add another. The Big 12's not done. They're going to add one more. So there'll be 16 teams in the Big 12. There'll be 18 teams, could be 20 teams in the Big 10. The SEC has got 14 teams, soon to be 16 teams, because they're going to take Florida State and Clemson, I think, at some point. And then what happens to the Pac-12 and what happens to the ACC? Because my gut tells me the Pac-12 remaining schools, Washington State, Oregon State, they wind up in the Mountain West Conference.
Oh.
Okay. They're going to wind up going to the Mountain West, which will bolster their TV markets. They'll bolster CBS Sports, ESPN, and I think they have another one I'm forgetting that they've got. They've got 3 different TV networks, 3 deals that they'll have. It's geography. It's like-minded schools in a lot of ways.
Right.
But it's not big money. It's not big markets. So, but they'll be
Quick
alive.
shout out to Francisco Ochoa, came in the super chat and dropped a green stripe in there. It said the Big Ten amount of teams may vary. Asterisk.
Great
the
question.
Big Ten asterisk amount of teams may vary.
He's absolutely right. What happens to the ACC? Because I think the Pac-12 is now dead. But the ACC is going to be like a Thanksgiving turkey being placed on the gigantic college football, long table we set up for the family, and the carving knife is going like this. and everyone's getting ready for the ACC turkey to hit, and then dad, whoever the commissioner of the SEC is, let's carve up that turkey, guys. Let's go, because it's coming for them. After this is done, if I'm the ACC, if I'm North Carolina and Duke, I am really concerned as to what will look like from a college basketball standpoint. What will that conference look like? Virginia, Duke, North Carolina, NC State.
About that.
What they don't, but watch your flank, because it's coming for you guys next. And you're going to wind up playing in the American and the Atlantic Coast Conference, one of the most historic in everything. That conference is next. The Pac-12 just got killed. We knew we'd come out with 3. We always
when does all that start?
Now, right now.
Well, they're playing a Pac-12 schedule this year,
and then they're gone next year. They're all leaving after next year.
They're going to play out this season in the Pac-12. They're going to play a Pac-12 championship
and play taps on the way out.
Year,
and play taps in the championship game here in Vegas. They'll play taps for the conference.
Oh my goodness!
And that's it. It's done. It's done. The Pac-12 will be done. There'll be nobody left.
I guess that's why they did one day media day here and just, got this place for the game here. And so the Pac-12 conference tournament will be here.
Yep.
And it won't look the same. It won't, the probably won't come here after that, right?
There won't be one. It'll be the Mountain West Conference tournament, which is here. They'll move it over to T-Mobile.
Teams, yeah.
They'll move it to T-Mobile.
Wow.
I mean, they've been doing it in Thomas
and
Mack
for
years.
That's the first one gone. The ACC is going to be gone, or will the ACC try to stay on and bring a couple schools in to keep it?
I think, yeah. I mean, just given the fact that
do you want to go, if you're Florida State, do you want to go to the SEC?
Yes, you've wanted to go there forever.
There's going to be 2 conferences then. The
Correct.
Big Ten expansion, whatever the hell it is, and the SEC, everything else.
And the Big 12 will be number 3, and they will be fine with it. But that's what they'll be. They'll be the best basketball conference in the country, and the best football conferences will be Big Ten, SEC, and they'll battle. College football, as we know it, is about to be dead. Because the next thing they will do is those 3 power conferences, which could be, I don't know how many conferences we're talking about. How many schools? 60 schools, right? 3 conferences, 20 schools each, right? They will break away from the NCAA and they'll make their own rules.
Then it's all over.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to break away. They're not going to be
and just share the money, with themselves. There's just no
correct. Yes,
they're going to just tell the TV, you guys want to show our games? Okay, pay us.
Yeah, because they'll say we have 60 teams. That's plenty enough for a playoff. That's plenty enough for bowls. Everybody goes to a bowl game, can guarantee a bowl game. It becomes the power conference. What's been rumored for years. And I'm just going to say this. You really better be careful what you're wishing for, because this could really be, I don't want to say a death knell, but this could be disastrous for the college football traditions that we have all come to love and what has made college football into college football. You got to have the rivalries. You got to have the traditions. It's what makes the sport the sport.
It's going to become such a it already is a regionalized thing. It is going to become super regionalized. If you can maintain any sort of regularity of a rivalry, you have to keep it. Otherwise, it's just become, I'm telling you, it becomes a diluted minor league system. It already has been.
Right.
A minor league for the NFL, but it was still a different product. Now it becomes just homogenized, this, that, whatever. Like, it's not, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like this. Do you like this?
Nope. I hate this.
I don't like this at all. I don't like where it's going. I
just
do like Roll Call Friday, though, which we're going to get to the names in about 1 hour from now.
We got Coach, Coach is walking around Saratoga. You want to bring Coach on?
Oh, God. Hold on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready Coach, stop walking around. Get somewhere, and you're making me dizzy. Just sit and stay somewhere, and we'll put you on. He's walking around like I don't know what he's doing.
Stand still.
Stand still. Hold your phone. You're gonna make everybody sick, and we're good to go. All right, let's Let's bring him on. This is going to be ridiculous. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at Saratoga. Of course, my horses are doing shit. And then I've just missed out. But here comes. Oh, who's that? Is that the 5? Is it the 5? Is it the 5?
Turn it on.
Is it the 5? Is it the 5?
Turn the phone around. Turn
we
the
can see
phone
it.
around.
Turn your whole body around. What are you doing?
Listen.
No, you just turn the actual physical phone around.
Just turn the phone around.
There
we
you
go.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, I got my college guys here.
Oh God.
This guy's responsible for all the bad things. That's my college coach, Matt Dempsey.
Oh my!
A couple other guys. The reason why I almost flunked out of college my freshman year. Guys, this guy right here.
There's always guys like that. I know that guy.
You know,
hey, JY, stop moving.
Hold on. Time out. If you need a good insurance guy, I got a guy. You know, I got a guy.
There's another insurance guy. Looks like he looks like he went to Nebraska.
He does.
Right?
Yes, he does.
Stop moving.
Stop
moving.
I'll stop moving. How you doing?
We're good.
I got the hat on?
Look at that hat.
Looks good.
Lean in a little bit. Lean in a little bit. Let me see that hat.
I support. Hey, listen, even though the Jets didn't cover last night, I still got the hat on. See that?
All right.
There you go.
That's good.
He didn't even win. For the cover and didn't even win.
This guy here, this guy, Jerry Jordan, this guy's a criminal here.
Tell Jerry to get out of the shot.
It's a criminal.
Right.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, have you heard about the Big Ten expansion and college sports maybe changing forever now?
It's done. College sports is done. You're gonna see those 3 conferences break away and have almost their own league.
That's
where it's going to be when NIL and all that other shit. Like, I mean, I'll tell you something right now. I'm hearing stories from coaches. Guys are asking for $500,000 just to sign the NLI. So you will see those major 3 conferences move on, and then everybody else will be like AAA. They'll be like the minor leagues.
What does this do for the basketball, Jay? Why? Because football is what pays the bills and gets all the money. But there's basketball conferences like the ACC we were just talking about. What's going to happen to the Big East? All this stuff like the basketball's an afterthought, huh?
Well, the good thing about the Big East is except for UConn, none of them have football. And that's part of the reason why the Big East broke up initially is the fact of they didn't have football. So UConn coming in, I mean, shit, they're so goddamn bad. They shouldn't have football to begin with. They should just get rid of goddamn football team. Fuck UConn football, let it go. Just play basketball. So I think we're a conference like the Big East doesn't do anything. A-10 doesn't do anything. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the ACC, where do teams just jump and like go to like the SEC and water down that league. That's now that this is happening in the Pac-12, the ACC becomes the one to watch to see what happens because it's obviously looking like Big 12, SEC, Big 10. Those are going to be those 3 power players. And then after that, you're going to figure out what's going to happen with the ACC. I wouldn't be shocked if some of those teams, especially Florida State with their whole revenue sharing thing, I wouldn't be shocked if they try and jump and go over to the SEC, which has been rumored in the past.
It's going to be one of those situations where every couple of months we're hearing more and more. But what do you make of a 20-team league potentially in the Big Ten from a basketball travel perspective? How does that impact the Big Ten, which is a very good basketball conference, now having to go coast to coast?
Well, obviously it's for the revenue. Now the question now becomes is, in some of the smaller leagues, you do travel partners, right? So you go play someone Thursday and you play them Saturday, or you play them Friday and you play them Sunday. They do that in the smaller leagues, but these big leagues, like the Big Ten, they have, let's say the WNBA guys. I mean, fuck, they got chartered planes. They got better service than the WNBA players do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But obviously with Oregon, if they go to Washington, there's your travel partner and you have it. And obviously you already have USC and UCLA as a travel partner. So when they expand, look for conferences to expand in twos if they want to do travel partners.
JY, I talk about it all the time. They're making these moves for the big sports. What about the sports like baseball, softball, the secondary sports? I know it's not even a factor in the decision, but how hard does it become for the coaches and the kids to complete the travel when they got to go coast to coast?
That's going to be interesting now, because now you're seeing conferences that will go coast to coast. Obviously, with the Big Ten, going all the way from New Jersey with Rutgers all the way out to the West Coast and Maryland, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see how they set this up with the kids. But that's why I think you see them happen in twos, because if they don't do travel partners in basketball, they'll do it in other sports. Now, the thing you have to look at is what happens to the budget. Obviously, these teams going to a bigger league, their budgets are going to be much bigger because the revenue that they're going to get in from the TV deal is greater. Obviously, it's like Oregon and Washington may not get a full share of the TV money because of the fact that they have they're not in the full end of the deal. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I do think you'll find ways to succeed. But it's the key, Dave, has got to be travel partners, so you can play 2 games on one road trip. That's only one flight. Hopefully you could bus between the 2 schools. You could do that between Oregon and Washington. You could do that obviously between USC and UCLA, being in the same city. So I think the travel partners are going to be the really thing to watch, and how schools expand, conferences expand by 2s and not by 1.
All right, Coach, take me to 2030. It's March of 2030. What does the NCAA tournament look like? Is it dead as a team, as a 68-team conference tournament?
Yes, it's dead. They're gonna have to break off. I wouldn't be surprised if they took the top 30 teams, or if those 3 leagues, and they just do like a 16-team straight up single elimination, and then you'll see all the other leagues go from there. Now, it may depend on the sport. So a conference like the Big East will say, you know what, we want to come in. Because if you look at the Big East, Marquette, UConn, obviously you see what Patino's doing at St. John's, Seton Hall, Xavier, you got teams that can compete nationally. But I don't know if it's going to happen with every sport. Basketball, they may try and get away with it, because let's be honest, guys, you get to the NCAA tournament, it's one and done. You just got to be the better team for 40 minutes. And obviously you've seen it with the upsets. The thing I'm going to say is this. You're going to see more upsets in the NCAA tournament now than ever as we go through, because I think what you're going to start to happen is these experienced teams are going to outplay these teams loaded with freshmen.
JY, I know it's Friday. It's Roll Call Friday. We got a huge crowd in here. Everybody's, excited to see you. They love the hat. Are you picking any winners with the horses there yet? Have you cashed any tickets? Are you a horse guy now?
I mean, listen, I'm a guy with, you have me around Morenci and Cam. That's all your problem. But you know what? Shout out to my guy, Paul Bovey. Bovey's taking care of me. I think he's like in Paris or something. But he's sending me picks. Coach is 2 for 2. Trifecta, first race. Hit the exacta, second race. So, I'm in here. I'm doing all right.
Okay. All right. How's the sights and sounds around you, though? You know what I'm saying? Are the sights and sounds around you? Last time you were at City Field, you've completely taken out the New York Mets. Okay, your New York Mets are done, dead, finished, kaput. And I don't know if you saw who won the football game yesterday. Did you see who won the football game yesterday?
No. By the way, hold on a second. Who are we taking on a 3 race? We got to make sure to get our bets in before this happens. 3 and a 4 for the pick 3. If we hit that, we hit the pick 3. Oh, shoot! Hey, we win this one. We ain't gonna be at Scissor tonight. We're gonna be doing a little bit less. Hey, a little bit less than Scissor tonight. Don't go
next race
tonight.
The next race at Saratoga, you need the 3 or the 4 to hit the pick 3.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't even know what that means.
3 to 4. That's what I'm going. 3 and 4.
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I have absolutely no idea what that means. Yes.
3 and 4.
Hey, all right, my
listen,
friend.
I want to know this. Wait a minute, time out. Why do I only get to come on when I'm away? Why can I come on next week? Can I come on Friday roll call next week too?
We love JY on the road.
On. Yeah, but
yes, you
funny.
can come
it's
on.
Good.
Yes, you can come on anytime. We just got to coordinate the schedule. That's all. Sometimes, listen, you're very busy at the beach club. Okay, you're very busy coaching kids with videos and all this other stuff. We don't want to bother you if you're busy.
No. Roll call Friday next week from the Beach Club. I'm in.
All right.
I like them apples, bitch. We do that next
All
week.
right. Enjoy it. Good luck on the next
Bye.
horse race, my friend.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. He's going to keep on popping in, though. This is where I'm going to have to remove him because he's going to sit in the back like last time. He sat there for like 20 minutes last time. Couldn't figure out what we're doing.
Ignore him.
It's fine.
Just
That's fun.
I mean,
it's good to
kick him out,
there he goes. Yeah, now he's gone. Okay.
It's hard to ignore the coach. He's
how much longer till we go to Roll Call Friday?
11:40.
11:40.
Yeah.
11:40.
Yeah.
We started the show at 10:20.
So
an
we
hour
go
and 20 minutes.
11. Yeah. Well, 11:30. 11:30. 30 minutes. 30 minutes from right now. Yeah, because we get that big rush of people in that second hour. I still can't figure out why. So we're going to wait until we have the maximum amount of people and then have that roll call thing. Flo, what are you doing?
Sorry.
Keep flipping. What are you doing?
I couldn't figure out. I was looking at you. It's like, why am I on the wrong side? I had to flip around. I had to switch our things. So we're good now. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that was good.
We're good now.
I mean, he talked about it. The college basketball tournament done.
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead.
Don't they have
think about it.
gigantic money for this for TV?
Yeah, but who's
They already paid.
Yeah, for the NCAA. If you break away, it's no longer the NCAA.
So does CBS get the money back?
No. They're going to put on the NCAA tournament, but there may be 60 teams not part of the NCAA anymore.
There's going to be a war.
Yes. Yes, because they want as much money as possible. This is all being driven by money-hungry people who are just driving to the bank. It's all they care about right now. We are so far removed that it's kind of like Scooby-Doo. You know how in Scooby-Doo we take off the mask and we see what the person is. You see who it's a janitor, it's the teacher, it's somebody, the goblin, the ugly thing is really just some like weird academic, some weird, geek, dorky looking guy.
Probably a suit.
That's what college sports has always been. College sports has always been this big, huge, King Kong type like monster. And we're just taking off the mask now. We're just showing it for what it really is. It's a banker. It's an accountant. Just someone's looking at dollars and cents. Their job is to run a business. This is not about something special. This is not about something. It never has been. It's always been about dollars. Yeah. Amateurism. Remember that bullshit they used to pitch us about being amateur? That the college kid, we go pro on more than just professional sports.
Yes.
It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. It is true that college athletics can lead to great success. I've known so many kids at Creighton and Nebraska, Alabama, Iowa State that went on to other things because they played non-sports that were, traditional professional sports. Divers who went on to become doctors, or softball players who went on to become, teachers and professors. There is that is part of it. But the more that you allow travel to be no concern whatsoever on travel, no concern whatsoever about school time being missed, no concern whatsoever about the mental health and health of a student athlete, sending them all over the place. Now they may love it, but others may struggle in school because of it. Others may not get the best experience because of it. They don't care. This is not about like-minded institutions. This is about what network will pay you what, because Apple approached the Pac-12 and they heard the pitch of a streaming-only television network for the Pac-12, and they ran for the hills. Arizona State, Oregon, and Washington said, forget you. I'm out. We are not doing this. We are not going to sit here and watch everyone else make all this money, and we're going to be on Apple TV Plus. Nope. We're not into it. We're out.
Apple TV Plus might have paid.
No, they would have. But it was incentivized, though. It was based upon subscription. Right. It was a performance-based thing. Yep. No one wants to be doing a performance-based thing, as we've talked about.
Why not?
In our world, it doesn't always who comes from where. How do you track it? Who gets credit for what? It's all a bunch of nonsense. Everyone
A
knows
lot of questions that we're asking every day in
Yep.
these bullshit meetings that we keep having. No, they're
So-
not bullshit. We just find out a lot of bullshit. Sorry, I
Right.
take that back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will.
But
Chef
yeah,
Betty popped in there with a blue line. Again, I'm trying to recognize all of the super chat drop-ins where you can go in and chat and differentiate yourself. You do something
Right.
with that dollar sign on the bottom right. Haven't done it yet. Haven't seen anyone do it physically, but Chef Betty just came in and said, cash rules everything around me.
it's a good rap song.
Kind of what's going on right now, right? It's money. It's
Dollar
not
bills, y'all.
the problem. Having now 2 kids in college,
Yeah.
a junior who's trying to find her way, and a freshman who started at UNLV, which I told her, by the way, I would wear. She got me a hat, a
Oh,
UNLV hat.
there we
What do
go.
you think about that? So
Go
we're
Rebels.
gonna wear
Let's
the
go.
hat. Yeah,
I need to get more UNLV gear for the show.
yeah, we
That-
gotta
this year I
start
gotta do more.
representing that we live here. By the way, we do live here.
I
don't
work
know.
for them.
Yeah.
On top of
Matt
that.
is an adjunct professor at
Yes.
UNLV, as well as everything else that he does.
I'm so
So-
fired up to go back to school. Like when I was
Are you?
walking, when I was walking, we went to the mall last night, and this town's so crazy. By the way, it's like you walk into a mall. There was somebody who had stolen something who was literally running down the hallway, being chased by 3 people.
Which mall?
Fashion show, and it was like Madeline got really freaked out. And
On
I was
a
like,
weeknight.
on a week now. I was like, you live in Vegas. I was like, this is Vegas. He was like, is it okay? Like, what did they steal? I'm like, I don't know. But there were 3 people, a guy behind this woman yelling, stop her, stop her. And she ran out, literally turned a corner right in front of us and went straight out the side exit door and kept running. Just living in Vegas, our kids see very, crazy things. You just go to the
Goes
mall
on
one day.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It just feels
But-
like it goes on here all the
More.
time.
Yeah.
Just
But-
quantity wise, more.
We were walking around and like I said, we had gone back to school shopping and we got her some new shoes and stuff. And like, I was like, wow, it's like, I got to go back to school shopping. I need professor clothes. Like I need to go get stuff. And I'm jacked up. I'm excited to get back to campus, to get going this year and to be teaching. So it's, if I want to bump into to your daughter on campus one day, that'll be fun.
It's business. It is a business. It always has been. And I told the parents that while we were coaching them.
Oh,
Listen, this is not a ticket to, it is an opportunity to better your life, but this is a business to these people. Your daughters are the commodity. Your daughters are the product. Don't just hand it over to these people because they do not care. They're
no.
trying to keep their job for another year or 2.
Right.
That means winning games. If your daughter's hurt, goes through
Oh,
a
well.
slump,
Yep.
can't throw strikes, guess what? They're going to go get someone else. They'll tell you all this stuff. They'll be real nice. And you might find one real, person who really does care and hold on to them and send your kid away. And the message to the kids was use this as a vehicle to get you into a classroom and learn something that will change your life afterward.
Right.
That's the message. And that's the message I think today for what you're seeing with there's no loyalty. There's no nothing. These colleges are jumping. Like you said, hey, Pac-12 guys, we're going to put this on Apple TV. Oh, really? Okay, great. Out in the hallway, they're calling everybody. You guys taking us? We're coming. Hello.
Right.
UCLA and USC already went. We'll come. Hello. We want to be on TV. There's still some value to that.
Oh, no, they want multiple. I mean, they want to be on a streaming service. They don't want to be on the only thing as a streaming service. So they want to be on as many cable outlets and they want to be on. I mean, look, for however we want to talk about, this happened with the internet. This happened with cell phones. Like eventually everything is going to be streamed. But until until grandma and grandpa leave us and until older aunts and uncles leave us, there's still a very large number of people who watch their television sets on cable and in cable and satellite. And to just say we're not going to be on it.
Rabbit ears, Perrault.
Look, college football hasn't been on rabbit ears for a long time.
It's coming back around.
Nah, it ain't coming back around.
TV's coming back around. I'm
It ain't
telling
coming
you.
back around. It's not. No, it's not.
What's
It's-
old is new. It's
They
coming
are
back
gonna.
around.
They're gonna provide it. No one wants to pay for it. Like they're doing it in major markets, but college sports are not in major markets. College sports are in smaller outlying towns. So it doesn't. For college sports, it doesn't make any sense. For pro sports, you could be right on those things from a local
small
market.
outlying towns are perfect for rabbit ears, are they not?
No, because you need the TV revenue from the big markets. That's why they're that's why they're leaving. They're not leaving because of, Oregon is in a small town. Oregon, the University of Oregon is not in a major market. They're not in like downtown Portland. It's outside. Eugene is not a big community at all.
Not at all.
So that's the point.
There's
but they
a lot
need
of people
Portland.
out in Eugene that want to watch the games on rabbit ears.
Correct. Well, and it's not going to be on. I mean, again, like the Suns can get away with doing it because the Suns are in a major market. So the Suns are now going to be on rabbit ears. The Utah Jazz can have their games in Salt Lake City on rabbit ears because they're a big market. College sports aren't built for this. They're not built to have that. So you aren't going to see those big conferences go on rabbit ears. They're going to wind up going on networks for a while because college sports is still driven by 45-year-old plus people. That's where the money is. That's where the ticket holders are.
Right.
So this is the fight. They want to stay on cable. They want to stay on satellite, and they want to have streaming offerings, but nothing consistent, nothing only. Like the Pac-12 network wasn't seen by anybody. Just wasn't carried. They couldn't get deals done. They had bad leadership, and they had made bad decisions that took them down this path, and now they're
More
gone.
and more people are coming in this chat, by the way. Sonic just popped in with a great comment. I think antenna is going to have a rebirth. Fast channels are growing, then streaming.
Yes.
Cable, parentheses, linear is getting cannibalized.
Correct. I would agree with that. Cable TV, people figured out the math. And they started to look at their cable bills. And they started to say, what exactly am I paying? The problem is the way the cable company, what they're going to do now is instead of paying $1.50 a month for the Food Network, like we're doing for cable, your internet bill is going to go up and up and up and up. They're going to start charging more and more for cable internet because they've got to make up the revenue somewhere.
Right.
So our high-speed internet is going to start to get more and more expensive because these companies are going to have to make up the revenue somewhere.
Yep.
And I don't know. This is why T-Mobile and AT&T are doing wireless home internet.
Yep.
Now it's not that fast. We couldn't do this show on it yet, but eventually we might be able to do that. And if we can do that, then the cable companies are gone entirely, and they go by the wayside of companies and industries that used to be.
Right. Well,
so
it's a good discussion. We'll see what happens. There's no answers yet other than they're really messing up college sports. This is the result is fractured conference alliances, no rivalries, bowl games gone, and you just said the end of the NCAA tournament. One of my favorite things, everybody's favorite thing, one shining moment.
It'll still exist. They'll still have it. You just won't have the teams you're used to. You're going to wind up watching like Villanova play Oregon State.
It becomes the Big Sky tournament.
No,
steroids.
It just becomes, look, the ACC and the Big East are basketball heavy. One is basketball only. They will have some say in what the college basketball championship looks like. They will have some sway. So it'll be very curious to see what Duke and North Carolina in the ACC, what do they say? And what does the Big East say? Villanovas of the world, the Creightons of the world. And what do they say? Because they got big fan bases, they got big followings, and people, that they've played for, championships and Elite Eights and Final Fours. And, St. John's is in New York. Okay. So you got New York City. Look at that. Look, both my schools. Look at that. Get a UMass one. You got the Perrault trifecta right there.
I don't have a UMass hat.
Get a UMass. We go 3 for 3.
One, I might even wear it, but
my kid went. You like Frank
got
Martin.
Into Creighton, and
you like my coach though.
All I got was his silly hat.
You like Frank Martin though, for UMass.
I do like Frank Martin.
So there you go. Got to get Frank on the show.
I'd love to meet Frank at some point.
I have met Frank. I've interviewed Frank. multiple times actually. I mean, when he was at
Keep the show moving. What's next?
Kansas State, right? He's at Kansas State. Yeah. So yeah.
When he
Okay.
was, yeah.
When he was there, yeah. Okay.
What happened last night? What happened
Both sides of that bet that I talked about cash last night. So keep that in mind next year for the Hall of Fame game.
1-13.
It's now 9-1-1 for the margin of victory.
The Jets part didn't cash.
Correct. It doesn't matter. It was better. It was plus 180 on the Browns. It was better odds on the Browns. So you wound up 0.8. If you bet both sides, 1 unit on both sides, you ended up 8.8.
Right.
So if your next year's Hall of Fame game, if a book offers you that 1 for 13 and for the rest, I was doing some research. It looks like it's almost like 65% of the games in the preseason end inside of a 2-touchdown margin of victory.
Correct.
So if FanDuel keeps on putting that option up, you might be able to just it's earning. Now you might get shut off. They might cut you off, but you might be able to bet that on most starting on Thursday of next week. Start looking for FanDuel to put that 1-13 margin of victory up.
It was crazy because when I went and did the show with Gabe and Cam, that was Cam's play of the night. It was crazy. It was crazy. It got out there really quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a nice graphic built for it and everything. Brought it over. Yeah, Cam's play of the day. Yeah, win 1-13. It was amazing. It was really good. Yeah.
Can you please just say thank you? Come on, guys. I did a lot of work on that. I did 2 days worth of work on that. Like I did awesome. I did it on 2 shows. I did it on the Juice and on this show. I did it on 2 shows.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was only the Jets though. It was the Jets logo. Everything, was the Jets was the play of the day.
So it lost.
So, I think so.
Oh, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Browns won a game, right?
Correct.
And a game went over.
Correct.
Geez, so all those
the teaser hit.
But automatic under.
But my teaser hit though. My teaser hit.
Teaser hit.
Teasing up to 39.5. It went under.
Under 39.5, 21-16 final. 37. Yes.
Plus
under.
8. Plus 8 Browns.
Right.
Under 39.5.
Yeah.
So both bets that I didn't want to recommend because I thought it was a little bit dirty on a preseason game to do hit, except for the one bet, the straight bet that I recommended.
What do you mean dirty? Didn't. Like dirty?
Teasing aside in a total in the Hall of Fame game is a little bit.
A lot of books had it turned off. You couldn't do it.
Correct.
Back east.
Correct.
Meadowlands Rob said, call somebody at FanDuel and find out why I can't do this. He was pissed off.
He should be pissed off because Circa let you do it.
Well, most books turn off the teasers for the preseason.
Okay.
It's just not worth it. Like you just get annihilated and you got to watch because the totals are so low.
Right.
The side to total teaser, it's too correlated and it's not worth the aggravation. It's not like, the books are afraid of it, but now the way that these wise guys and, sharp syndicate groups and all these Discord channels that hammer books, the books have to play defense and say, fuck it. We're not taking teasers on the preseason. That's not the best answer, but it's the most user friendly answer for the books.
It's one of the few times the Vegas options outweighed the East Coast options. It was nice.
Yeah.
We got something they didn't have for the game last night.
Believe it.
I like that. Let's do more of that. Let's do more things like that. I enjoyed that. Baseball bet for the Angels did not hit last night because, the Angels are a pathetic team. They couldn't score a single damn run against Woo.
I told you to woo.
It was 0-0. I mean, come on.
I told you I wanted that half a run. That was big.
You're right. Ohtani was great, though. Like I thought. He was great until a hand cramp sent him going.
So what exactly is a hand cramp?
It means somebody needs to get to him with either IVs or if he really is cramping, if that's true, now his back and his hand. If you ever had cramps, we've all had cramps.
All the time.
It's electrolytes, it's fluids, you're not taking care of yourself for whatever reason. They need to get on this because it can really spiral. I mean, if once your body gets really dehydrated, it takes a couple of days to get back to being fully hydrated. So he's clearly dealing with something, but they left him in the game. And then he hit his 40th home run. So the hand was bum. He couldn't pitch, but they left him in there to bat with a wooden bat, and then he goes yard.
Right.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Man, SoCal was upset last night. He sent us that text. He's so mad at the Angels for a lot of things. He said
The Angels suck.
Whoa, hey, hold on. What are you talking about?
They, as an organization,
Oh, let me
as a
get the
team,
glasses. Oh boy. Hold on.
they have now become
What's he doing?
the single most annoying, frustrating franchise in baseball. I am
Whoa.
actively rooting against them to lose every single game that they play from here on out.
Sorry. That's not
56 and 54.
They're right
I would
there.
love to watch them lose every game they play the rest of the way.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That would be an ultimate collapse.
I'd be in heaven.
That's personal. That sounds
It is.
personal.
It is. It's personal because I can't stand that they've lost 3 games in a row. They
Yeah.
lost 5-3 last night.
They did.
Since I said this team is going to regret not trading Ohtani, they're 0-3.
They're dogs today, at least right now. They were favored yesterday, -160.
It was Ohtani. Lost 5-3.
Too much. Oh boy. Raj just came in the chat, said, I think the Angels are done.
Good. They're going to look back. I told you on September 1st, they're going to be 8 games out of a playoff spot, minimum. 8 games out.
You know, our producer, Eric Garcia.
I love he.
He's a big Angel fan. He's not
He knows
really
better,
liking
though.
what you're saying, but
He knows. He agrees. He thinks
Oh.
that the whole thing's a joke. He knows.
oh wow.
Angels are
He said he was Eric just came in the chat and said he was kind of disappointed when they didn't trade him. Come
He
on,
knows.
Eric.
He knows what they were supposed to be
You gotta
doing.
keep him. Maybe he's staying.
No, he's not staying. He's
I
not
hope he
staying. And the
stays.
team's
I
the
hope he
team is not good.
stays.
Team's not good. Team's
Goes
bad.
to the Mets. I'm going to be really
Fine.
upset.
Fine, but he can't score. The team can't score. You know, they've given up 527 runs and they have a generational pitcher.
Castillo
best
versus Detmers
pitcher.
tonight. It's another
mean,
under.
The stat was I saw last night is that I'm going to kill it.
What?
Yeah, I won't even do it because he has more strikeouts in back-to-back 40 home run seasons. No one's ever done that.
He's doing stuff it seems like every night or every other night.
no one's ever
no
done
one's
that.
ever done. That's what I mean. We have to marvel.
Now
at
he has
what
40
he's
home runs.
doing.
It's like 125 strikeouts and 40 home runs in back-to-back seasons. No one's ever done that.
Ryan Klaus just said trade Ohtani to St. Louis. Ryan, thank you for being here and watching
Anyway.
the show, but he's not going to St. Louis. Not now, not ever.
I mean, yeah. I guess
What?
not. I don't know. I mean, St. Louis has a lot of money. when they
St.
want it.
Louis?
They have a lot of money when they want to spend it. They just don't want to spend it all that often.
He's not going to St. Louis.
Okay, remember they gave Pujols a record contract. I mean, they can do that when they want to.
Albert was a homegrown guy.
Okay, I'm just saying if they wanted, if St. Louis
I
wanted
don't
to go,
think St. Louis is going to sell well in Japan.
it will. It would sell anywhere. It just won't sell as well. It would sell, it just wouldn't sell as well.
He's
Most people in
not
Japan have no
going
idea
to
where
St.
Missouri is.
Louis.
You take, where's Missouri on the map? They'd be like, what? Where's Missouri? They have no idea. KCMO, as they call it. Mad Max wins his debut. He was a little shaky in the beginning, but then settled right down. 5-3 Rangers get the W. The Rangers extend their lead here. Rangers are now a game and a half up on the Astros, 2 games in the loss column. They are 6 up on the Mariners. They're 7.5 games up on the LA Angels. Won 3 games in a row, and they're 37-20 at home, Dave. Those 37 wins ties them for the most in the American League with the Rays, who got off to that red hot start, who have since been not winning games at home at the Trop.
Newbar does have
home
ties to Ohtani, Ryan. So I do see that. But I would be very surprised if he goes there. I mean, there's a lot of ties with Ohtani to different places, Boston being one as well. So we'll see. Texas plays Miami today. Luzardo, who you like. You've liked. Miami coming off the loss, the Phillies.
We have
It's
a
only
better book at first
30
5.
today.
Luzardo's better at home than he is on the road.
Montgomery making his first start in a Texas Ranger uniform, right?
Gas can. Light them up.
Oh, boy.
What's that Fall Out Boy song? That's Jordan Montgomery today.
First 5 over?
Correct.
Game over?
I don't know. I didn't
8
bet the,
or 8.5?
I didn't bet the game, but I bet the first 5.
Whew. I hate these. I swear these sometimes these interleague matchups are so hard. Guy making his first start a new league and you want to play this game? This is a complete pass for me.
Rangers at home, second best home offense in
All right.
baseball.
All right.
They get me 4-1 after 5.
Roll call Friday coming in 10 minutes, people.
Okay,
Go tell
10
somebody.
minutes.
Come in
Okay.
here.
Verlander, after his return to the Astros,
Yes.
admitted that, quote, it feels a little weird for him to be on the Astros.
You like this old Astros logo? I love this.
I
thing.
actually really do, because I was there before they demoed the Astrodome. So I lived in Houston before they took it down. So I got a chance to see it.
Did you go in it?
Yeah.
My favorite thing that ever happened in the Astrodome was the Bad News Bears and Breaking Training, the movie, when they went and played in the Astrodome.
Oh.
It's one of the best movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go Google
Bad
it.
News
Go-
Bears?
Bad News Bears in Breaking Training.
It's one of the best movies.
Best baseball movies. Yes, he's frozen. Look at that face. Mikey, get him before he snaps his fingers. Mikey, get him.
You think that is?
Bad
Really?
News Bears in Breaking Training is one of the best baseball movies, top 10 of all time. There's so many lessons in life.
I'll take
in
your
that
word
movie.
for it.
I'm telling you, it's outstanding.
Sure. Bad News Bears and 8 Men Out are just synonymous. I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Bad News Bears in Breaking Training.
It's even
better
worse.
than
Bad
the
News Bears
original.
1 is decent. Bad News Bears 3 or whatever the heck that wound up being.
When they went to Japan. Oh, the Bad News Bears when they went to Japan. There was a lot of things working there too. I'm telling you, you'll like it. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor late at night. Forget these other, you'll like it. Anyhow,
Sure.
Astros, it should feel a little weird, shouldn't it? For
No.
Verlander?
He's going home. We should feel like it's home. He's not saying that.
Hold on. You lived in Houston.
Right?
You returning to Houston would feel like going home?
Well, I didn't win a championship there.
You definitely did not.
Like,
You did not win
I
a
took more
championship.
L's. I took more L's in that city than I'll ever be able to account for. So yes, it would be a little weird going back to that city because I'd be like, why the fuck am I here? So Verlander okayed going there. He had a no trade clause. He said, yes, I'm going back. So
I think he would have okayed a trade anywhere. The way the
Really?
season was going with the Mets.
anywhere.
Max went first. He looked around. He went home and said, "Hey, Kate, somebody better call about me because we're going. I don't want to stay here. I came here because, well, they gave us a big amount of money, but you wanted to come to New York. We could have just stayed in Houston."
They picked
Now
up the
we're going
contract.
back.
I mean, they picked up the contract.
Yeah. Well,
Pick up the contract, then, you know.
Big Business just got here. He came on and see me wearing an Astros hat. Big Business, I'm sorry. I was just wearing a Texas Ranger hat.
He was. We weren't doing
put
the
it back
Rangers.
on for
Max 5-3 win for Max. They came in there. We should all rejoice. Dallas Keuchel, the fade darling of Major League Baseball
How's
betting,
this possible?
is back in the big leagues.
How?
He's back. If you
With
haven't,
who?
hold on. I gotta pull up the story. He is back. Where is that story? He got called up. Oh, that's a wrong one. Sorry, that was yesterday's rundown. Here's today's rundown. He's back with the Twins. Twins called him up.
Wow.
Posted a 1.13 ERA in 6 starts at AAA.
Oh, he's back. He's really back. He fixed the mechanics. He's good. Okay.
I
Wow.
don't know if I go as far as to say
This
he's
would be
back.
so ironic if Dallas Keuchel comes back, pitches well, and helps Minnesota win the American League Central Division.
Could you imagine?
After what happened and the betting opportunity that he was before. last year. He hasn't thrown a pitch in the big leagues in over a year, right?
No, he pitched last year.
Yeah, I know, but it was like April or May.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Because I don't think he lasted to the summer because we were bumped out that we couldn't bet.
Yeah, let's see.
The other team when he
Keuchel,
pitched.
for last year, Dallas Keuchel's last start in the big leagues was, let me see, where's his game logs for last year? His last start in the big leagues in 2022 was on, is that right? No, that's not right.
What? By the way,
Says
Verlander said no to the Texas Rangers. Chris Young tried to get him before that.
Interesting.
Before
It says
Max, so that's what big
game
business is.
game log for the game logs in 2022. He pitched in September. Came up with Texas.
Oh, did he get cut from Minnesota and came up and threw a September start? I didn't know that.
He got cut from the White Sox. Then Arizona picked him up. And then he went to Texas. They cut him. And then he went to the Rangers. And he was horrendous with the Rangers. With the Rangers, he had a start on August 27th where he went 5 1/3 and gave up 7 earned runs. And then they had him pitch for the Rangers on September 2nd, 5 2/3, 7 earned runs. So he gave up 14 earned runs in 2 games pitched for Texas.
So he did pitch all year. JC from KC said he did pitch all year, but on different teams. I just knew that Minnesota had enough.
Right.
Surprised they brought him back, but yeah, we're going to have to keep
his ERA last year. He went 4-10. Team went 4-10. He went 2-9 with an ERA of 9.2.
9.2. That's Priester's ERA, the guy pitching for the Pirates today. Quinn Priester.
He gave up 60. This is insane. He gave up 62 earned runs in 60 2/3 innings worth of work last year.
I just bet yes on runs scored every inning that he's pitching.
That's hard to do.
Yes, that there will be a run scored because most likely there will.
That's hard to do.
What a gorgeous day at Wrigley today. Atlanta and the Cubs just started.
Have you seen the wind?
I have not.
That's why I did not bet. The wind is gusting up to 21 miles per hour in. Yeah, I did not. I was going to bet it I waited because there was no line last night on the Cubs and on Braves. And I was like, I wanted to bet Braves team total over 4.5. I wanted to bet first 5 over 4.5. Didn't bet anything on it. Wind at Wrigley blowing in significantly. If you are a system player, every system player sent out the alert, pro, under, bet everything under. Wrigley is a weather play today.
Oh, wow. I love that's the meteorology portion of the show. Wind speed at Wrigley Field play. The books are still open no matter what. Yep.
I just passed on it. I said, nope, don't do anything. This comes from a listener who sent me a DM on this and wanted us to ask this question.
All right.
Given the pictures
Before
today,
you ask this question, guys, put your area code and your city where you're watching or listening to the show right now. Roll Call Friday will come after this segment. So we're boys and girls. I apologize. I need the 3-digit area code of the phone number of where you're watching the show from in the city after it, so we can recognize. And if you do that dollar bill super chat thing, it'll pop for sure. And you can put a quote in there and say whatever you want, and I'll say it. So that's what's the question?
Are you doing Anchorman now? You just read whatever they write?
I mean,
he might write.
The guy keeps dropping a fin or a 10 spot. I'll say his name every damn time.
Just saying, you pulling the Anchorman that we're going to say, fuck you, San Diego. Like, here we go. Just curious if we're going down that road. You're going to say literally anything that they put in there you're going to read? That's dangerous. I wouldn't necessarily say to the chat.
We're making deals as we go. A lot of handshake deals. I mean, we didn't sign no contracts. We ain't got no suits. I don't know what I'm going to read yet. Just put your damn area.
You said I'll read it. You just said whatever
city,
you write. You said whatever I write, I'll read. So whatever you write, I'll read. So like,
if it's the super chat $10 thing or whatever that is,
yes.
Why not?
Okay.
What are they going to say?
Can't be worse
if it
than
makes
crunchy.
me laugh, you can guarantee I'm going to read it. If I know
yesterday.
it'll make Perrault laugh, you guarantee I'll say it twice. If you do that right there,
Goodness.
if we could get you to do the thing with your hat or do
The
that
CB.
thing
Yeah.
with
CB. Oh, just drop it. Drop the pen. Just drop the pen.
pen drop.
What are we doing? All right. Given the pitchers today, would
Yep.
you recommend betting the over on the Grand Salami at 132.5 for baseball?
Let's see. Oh boy. So let's just run them fast. Corbin and Ashcraft totals
Yep.
10.5. That's probably an over.
Yeah.
Priester and Ray is a 9. That's an over for the Pirates in Milwaukee. Flexen is in starting pitching for Colorado today.
Uh-huh.
He's not on Seattle no more. He's on Colorado. Flexen day with Wainwright. What is that total? 9.5. That should be 12. That's it over. Miller and Darvish, Dodgers and Padres. Wow. Dodgers, big dogs today.
I mean, it's Jordan Lyles and Patrick Corbin day.
Littell and Olsen, Tampa Bay and Detroit. That's only 9. Brown and Severino in Yankee Stadium for Houston. And that's 9. Clevinger against Allen. That one might go under. Manoah, Paxton. Not like they've been great. Castillo and Detmers is an under. KC, Lyles and Nola over in Philly. Peterson, Kramer, Luzardo, Montgomery, Kelly, Ober, over. There's a lot of overs today. Yeah, if you like the action for the whole card, you can play the salami. For those of you that don't know what that is, it has nothing to do with meat at all. Okay, nothing. Although, if you like meat, go to Omaha Steaks and buy the meat. Put in a promo code because Chef Benny did it yesterday. Thanks for posting a picture, Chef B. That was good. This is a total runs scored in all of the baseball games today. You can bet over 100. What is it? 132.5?
2.5. Yeah.
Let's see. What did that move to? Over, under, total runs is off the board
Because the
my
game
odds
started.
screen.
Because the game started.
Yeah, but they took it off, I think, earlier with that wind move.
Okay. With the
It's very confusing for the salami when you have gale force winds blowing in or out at Wrigley and a day game. So some books may have chosen not to even put it up today. So if you saw 132.5, good luck. If you can still bet it, good luck. I would, I mean, what would you bet? You would bet over?
Yeah, over.
I mean, you see the names of the pitchers.
Yeah.
Oh,
bad pitchers. Good question from the chat. Good question from the audience, from the Brigade. It is
Zach
time
the
for
Hat.
what?
First one. He did the blue thing. So it's a blue thing. So all it says is Grand Salami goes amazing with the meat curtains. What he said. Oh, is he lying? I don't know.
Yeah. The joke I will not say. Roll call Friday. If you are here, go ahead, do what Dave said. Dave will call you out. The floor is yours, sir.
Start right at the top. First one in on the request line. 313 Detroit, JPC to fourth. Addison, 812 B-Town. Double C, Mr. C, Chris Covey, 843. J. Dow Betts is in the 410 St. Michael's, Maryland. PB 941 Venice, Florida. Whitrock 319 Iowa City. Is that different from just Iowa, Perrault? Like what?
Yes.
Iowa
City. Iowa City is where the University of Iowa is.
Oh, okay. Hawkeyes. All right. Whitrock, turn off your geolocation if you need. There's a lot of people looking at the geolocations in Iowa. We talked about that yesterday. I'm waiting for Brommelkamp to call me back. Todd hasn't called me back. He was supposed to come on the show yesterday, and he hasn't even responded. It's very unlike him. I'm checking on him, make sure he's okay. D. Weezy, 704 Charlotte. By the way, got your note. Thank you very much. That meant a lot. I'm glad you like the hat. And yes, I can't wait to meet you in person. That will be a lot of fun, whether we come back east or you figure out a way to get out west. But Matt and I both appreciate that handwritten note. Shout out to you, sir. Matthew Bonvie, 519 in Amherstburg, Ontario. I promise you, sir, I know I got to get that hat made in them Edmonton Oiler colors. You will have it before hockey season starts. Guaranteed. Zach the Hat, our resident lawyer, 705 Peterborough, Canada. Blue Spader in the 702 Vegas, baby. Eric Garcia, 702 Vegas, baby, with 2 Ys. Mrs. K Dow, hello. Good to see you. 410. She's also in St. Michael's. That's good to see those two together. Linus Crimmage, 905 Newcastle, Ontario. JC from KC in the 216 Cleveland. It is also a perfect 82 degrees there in Cleveland. Thank you, JC, for always putting the temperature along with the roll call Friday. Vinny Konowinski coming back from vacation, 260 Fort Wayne, Indiana. Where does someone go on vacation that lives in Fort Wayne, Indiana, if they just
Florida.
drive somewhere?
Oh, drive? Chicago.
Oh, they go to Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Did they go to Iowa?
They could, but what's there to do in Iowa?
I was just fair point.
What's the vacation spot in Iowa?
I don't know. Did they go to the lakes, like the Lake Michigan, or did they go that way?
That's Ozarks. That's in Missouri. That's south.
Oh.
They go straight south. They can go to the Ozarks.
Okay. Ever been?
Oh yeah. Party
Worth
code,
it?
baby. Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, whoa. Look at you.
Oh hell yeah.
You're making that face.
Oh yeah. Oh,
must have been a title shot in the Ozarks back in the day.
One of the 2 trips.
All right. I saw your face light up. That will to save that story for after the show. Maybe BVB bonus time. Ryan Andrew Fletcher, 703, Annandale, Virginia. Mikey Awesome, 757 ODU Bad News. Big Business is in 803 Cotulla, Texas. He's at work today because he's usually in 3 Rivers, Texas. So he changed it up. George Mason, 902 Charlottetown, PEI, Canada. Prince Edward Island. You know how far away that is? Like that is so. It's 4 time zones away. It's not 3 time zones away. It's 4. They're an hour ahead.
They're Atlantic.
Atlantic time.
Atlantic time. Boston should be Atlantic time.
Boston? What? Don't make it up about Boston, please.
No, Boston should be Atlantic time. Boston should be on the same.
Not that far over.
Boston should be Atlantic time. We should get the extra hour in Boston. They should absolutely go to Atlantic time. 100%.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Roger Long. Oh, he's in. He didn't put his area code. Raj, he's mad about the pitch calls already. It's the second inning. He's mad about the pitch calls. Raj, relax. Francisco Ochoa, 760 Escondido, California. It's only 85 degrees there. It is perfect even here in Vegas. It's really nice.
91,
Santana, solid 103 degrees out in the 928 Yuma, Arizona. Christian Hastings is in the 313 Indianapolis. What is CH? What is he doing there in the Indy? Chris Covey laughing at us. John, 724 Greensburg, PA. B2 Bartown, 719 Colorado Springs. We're coming up there at some point, Colorado. We were talking about the Colorado-Nebraska game. That's been nixed. We're not going there for that. John Serrett, 304 Oak Hill, West Virginia. Hankster V, 519 Windsor, Canada. A lot of people up in Canada, Perrault. Oh, there's Roger Long in the 765 Clinton. Oh, my. All right, we got Zach DeHaan. Who else has we got here? Chef Benny, 401 Warwick. Rainmaker, 512 is in the 412 Pittsburgh. It's getting a little hot in Pittsburgh, 86 degrees there. Sonic, someone needs a good grand salami. We know where Sonic's at. He's in the 602. Big Business. Big Business. He did it. $5. All he said, 2 words. You know what they are, Perrault? Crunchy. Beaver. $5, baby. Sonic, $4.99, 602 Phoenix. It's Roll Call Friday, Brigade. Gio DeWops in the 949 Newport Beach. He's headed to the 702 this weekend and next. I wonder if Gio's going to bring them. Gio, you signing up for the contest at the Brigade Proxy Service? We're going to meet up, hook up this weekend. We can do that. Even if you don't sign up for the contest, shoot us a text or DM at the show at Boston versus the Book. P. Raltz is open at Sports Talk Matt. Text the Brigade Proxy Service, 702-570-8255. And we'll try to hook up. I may be going to see some horses and stuff in California this weekend. We haven't decided yet. Michael Callow, 319 Iowa. Michael Callow with a K. Did you say a C? No, he said a K. That's it. That's all I got right now. 215, Isaac Rice just came in the Philly. Man, oh man. We got a lot of states.
You ready for this?
Eron Sean, 703, Centerville, Virginia. I am ready. What do you got? Hit me.
That's what the Big Ten looks like.
Now, what in the hell is that? That looks like we got more states covered with the BVB Brigade, but that is ridiculous. This is a college football sports conference. What is that?
Look at the length. So if you cut it in half, cut the country in half, like we're talking about, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Nebraska, South Carolina, Southern Cal, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. That's 8. You would need 2 others. So you could go Northwestern and Illinois. You have the state line of Indiana be the line of separation. But you got to add 2 more teams. That would be over here. So I guess you add 2 more teams. You take Cal and Stanford, 6 teams out west, and then 4 teams, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin. Those 4 teams, that's your conferences right there. Other 10 teams are on this side. You would still, unfortunately, as a Penn State fan, you would still, unfortunately, be with Michigan and Ohio State.
I'm all right with that.
Okay. But that's what I think
they could do. I'm all right with that. But
they could do that.
That's where – so I'm okay with it because, I mean, you got to beat them eventually anyway, whether it's in a Big Ten championship game or whatever.
Fair.
They're going to expand the playoffs, so now we don't have to win the conference. If we, lose one game against Ohio State, we could still get in maybe. That's cool. I think geographically, that screws those teams in the Midwest. That's like all their away games are in a Western time zone.
Yes.
People got to watch the games
travel
to get the TV money.
Travel budgets through the roof.
Travel budgets, forget about it. I mean, them kids are going to school online whatever semester that sport's playing.
Yep.
You ain't home half the season. You're missing class. You're doing all that stuff. It's hard. I just saw it with Kylie. I mean, they played at conference games in Idaho. It was a 12-hour bus. It was 10 to 12-hour bus ride.
Right.
She was messed for 2 days after.
Yeah, Big Ten's not doing that, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, no, but they're going to fly there, and then they're going to bus to the next school. You heard, right?
But they aren't going to bus. Like, the bus ride's like in Southern Cal, so it's like an hour. It's not like a 10-hour bus ride. They fly Nebraska to LA, they take a bus from LA to USC, and then USC to UCLA.
Yeah,
and then fly home. So, all right, time now for the Circa Sports Team of the Day. Circa Survivor, Circa Million, good stuff with them. Our team of the day, Dave, is the Carolina Panthers, who are going to be an interesting team to watch, an interesting team to talk about. They had 7 wins last year. I don't know what to make of them exactly, to be quite honest. I was doing some research on it today, and I was like, man, they might actually be halfway decent. Now, they might stink, but they might be halfway decent. This segment being brought to you by Circa Sports, the biggest pro football contest in Las Vegas, back again for its 5th year with $14 million in guaranteed prizes only at Circa Sports. Enter in Vegas. Play from anywhere with 2 ways to win. No rake. Play the Million Pro Football Contest with quarterly payouts and 100% payback. Pick a winner with the Survivor Contest. Selects one team each week with no point spread and get your share of $14 million in guaranteed prizes. Visit circasports.com for more details. Let's go to the Carolina Panthers. What we like about them. Over under set for 7.5 wins. They went 7-10 last year.
Yep.
Reasons to be excited. Number 1 pick, Bryce Young at quarterback. They moved up to get him. They gave up a bunch to get him, and they moved up to get him.
Yes.
New weapons like Adam Thielen to catch the football. So they got weapons to go ahead and do that. But equally as being excited about Bryce Young, can Young stay healthy at 5'10" and just 200 pounds? Because we saw the Kyler Murray thing. The Kyler Murray thing didn't go very well. He's going to play right away. So with him playing right away, does he stay healthy?
First question is, the people are concerned that, do you have a Colts hat and just didn't wear it when we did the Colts? Or do you
Do not have a Colts hat.
Okay.
Do not have a Colts
The
hat.
people want to get you a Colts hat.
That's
Because they
you
like
you can send me
they
a Colts
like
hat.
they like your Panther hat. I don't know if they like the Panthers over
Right.
or the Panthers under. Teams with a new quarterback, let alone a rookie quarterback, are some of the hardest to bet. And I think, like, when we go through the schedule, you'll see there will be a lot of coin flip games because this division is caca.
Mm-hmm.
This
Do you know
division,
every quarterback in this division is new to the
yes,
team they're playing for?
yes.
The only one who is actually incumbent played last year is Desmond Ridder for the Falcons, but he's never started a season before.
Yes.
That's crazy.
This is
Doesn't that give, don't you think that gives the Saints a really big leg up?
they have an experienced quarterback, yes.
Yeah.
With a new team, but yes, it does. We talk about the other stuff that we do. We both do Sports Grid now. You do the Daily Juice. I do Cash Considerations. We broke this division down this week on Cash Considerations. You guys can go listen to that wherever you get podcasts. But the prevailing theme was, does it matter who wins this division?
I think the Saints could be very much in play to do some damage.
Do you really?
Yeah. If Kamara avoids suspension and Michael Thomas
suspended 3 games, it's announced at least 3 games.
At least 3?
It's
or
what,
only 3.
Somebody put it in the chat earlier, but it was rolling so fast with the roll call Friday.
Because he met with the commissioner yesterday.
So somebody put in the chat how many games he got suspended. I saw it and it rolled by and I was doing a thing. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, he's suspended a minimum of 3 games.
Well, that's a question. Minimum scares me. I mean, if it's only 3 games, I'm okay with it. Getting Kamara back for the vast majority of the schedule for 14 games with Michael Thomas, with Derek Carr. Yeah. They had a really good defense last year.
Right.
They could do some damage. They got weapons to do some damage.
CBW's in 315, Humid Central New York. Eron Sean 703, Centerville, Virginia. I don't want to miss anybody on Roll Call Friday. Confirmed 3 games.
Good. And then the Saints win the division.
Is Carolina second with over 7 games?
Maybe. I mean, let's do the schedule because I don't think it's incredibly impossible for them to wind up.
Is this the first team we've done in this division?
Yes. I mean, it's only the 4th team we've done.
This ranking system that we're using has them finishing last in the division based on that, right? Because we're going from worst to first. This is the first NFC South team we've done. We didn't do. Oh no, we did Tampa. Did we?
No. We didn't do Tampa.
So they have them finishing below Tampa.
Yes,
it's the first. Wow. Okay,
but
I have been beating Tampa myself.
It's Pro Football Focus's rankings. They have them at 28. So maybe they're tied.
Well, I don't know who's on Monday. What team are we doing on Monday? Have you looked?
I can tell you right now. Let's see. The team that we're doing on Monday will be
Tampa.
The Falcons. 28 is the Carolina Panthers. 27 the Falcons. 26 are the Saints. So basically runs right through the hole. They're not very high.
Tampa?
Up Tampa. Tampa is 21.
What?
They have Tampa above the Commanders, the Broncos, the Titans, the Raiders. Disagree?
Whoa. Tampa's got the worst odds to win the division.
Pro Football Focus must like Baker Mayfield.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, NFC South winner goes Saints plus 130, Falcons plus 210, Carolina Panthers plus 360, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 750. That's a good thing Pro Football Focus doesn't have a book. I'm just saying.
They do picks, though. They do give out bets.
Well, that's a lot of people do that in space, but
right.
Go ahead. Go through the schedule here. Let's see what we got.
You find 8 wins. They open at Atlanta.
Why couldn't they win that game? But I'll say coin flip games will probably default them on the road and yes,
I'm high in Atlanta.
So I'll say
high.
I'll say they lose at Atlanta.
Okay, I'm high in Atlanta. I like
Okay.
Atlanta a lot. I think they're poised to
You're
make
high, period. But
No, I'm high in Atlanta. I like their offense a lot. Their defense is my concern, but Atlanta's offense is gonna be fun if they healthy. Home for New Orleans.
They'll win that game.
I think
that'll be a survivor like takeout.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
that'll be a survivor takeout because the Saints play who in the first game? They'll win. They'll look great, and then they'll go and lose at Carolina.
At Seattle.
No, they ain't going across the country. They could win that game though, but no.
Home for Minnesota.
Oh yeah, they'll win that game.
Really?
Oh yeah, they beat the Vikings. Yep.
No, disagree. At Detroit.
Because the Vikings are so good on the road. What are you talking about?
Vikings are good. Vikings went 13 games last year. Yeah, they're good on the road.
Oh, they got so lucky last year.
What are you talking about? But the Vikings won. They're one of the best teams in football last year in the regular season.
Total mirage.
Maybe. I mean, everyone said they're the most overrated team, and then they've lost in the playoffs. And yeah, so
our video, if you haven't gone to our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book, that video that our guy Will did with the Kirk Cousins thing, with the Vikings being overrated or him overrated, that got a lot of views.
Mm-hmm.
At Detroit, loss.
Agreed.
I have 2 wins.
I have 1. At Miami.
No.
That's a really hard schedule. 4 of the first 6 games are on the road.
2 and
New
4.
quarterback. That's tough. I mean, that's I have a 1 and 5. And then the bye. It gets easier after the bye. Home for Houston.
They win that game.
Home for Indy.
They win that game.
3 games. At Chicago.
Man, all these people love the Bears. They win that game at Chicago. 5.
I'll give it to you. 4. Home for Dallas.
No.
Agreed. At Tennessee.
No.
Agree. At Tampa.
Win that game. 6.
No. At New Orleans.
Hell no. 3rd game of a 3-game trip. Circle
4.
that one on the calendar. That's going to be an
4 or 5?
ultimate bet against. We're betting on the Saints. Holy
4 or 5.
crap.
Look at that. 4 or 5 on the road. That's brutal.
No good. Yeah, we're stuck in
Dallas at home is in the middle of it. Yikes.
Right.
Home for Atlanta.
No, they'll lose that game because they
like
won
a
the
win.
first one.
I like the win there. They'll take them both against Atlanta at home.
You said you're high on Atlanta.
I am, but I think this is a bad
You think
spot.
Carolina sweeps Atlanta?
Yeah, it's possible. 4-2. Go 4-2 in the division. It's not impossible.
All right.
Home for Green Bay.
I say they home for Green Bay. Man, Green Bay feels like they're going to be better than people think, but they're going to win that home game. Now, I'm going to say 7. I got 7.
They lose out. Lost to Green Bay, lost to Jacksonville, lost home for Tampa, lost.
Lose to Jacksonville and
I have 7 wins.
Tampa. Wow. 7 or 8.
7 and 10.
I got 7 or 8. What's the season win total? 7.5?
7.5.
Yeah. Whew. Good number. It's a good number. I don't know. I think the prevailing theme will be to bet under because we really don't know. Bryce Young's a winner.
New quarterback. He is.
He got to stay healthy. He has to. What's their backup plan? I don't know who the backup is.
Let's see. Who does
we get
Frank
new
Reich
coaching
has,
staff, right? Everything's new.
Frank Reich. Yep. New coaching staff. But they have Adam Thielen. They have DJ Shark. They have Bryce Young.
They got weapons, man.
Oh yeah. No. That's they're a team on the rise. The Falcons are very similar. I think this is going to be an all offensive conference or division.
Did you put the schedule up with Pacific times? Is that what that was? Or those Pacific times?
Well, it automatically defaults to it whenever I'm putting it up. Yes.
No, Addison in the chat, which again, Addison notices so much, and we thank Addison. He took some great pictures when everybody was together. He said he's very jealous of the start times of the games.
10 a.m.
It is
almost all 10 a.m. Yes. Sorry, I should probably pull those off, cut those off.
Yeah.
On that.
Gio just sent us a text. Gio, we're doing the show. We'll answer your text when we're done doing the show. I think that's Gio. Is that Gio?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
Gio DeWap.
Oh man.
Newport Beach.
Newport.
He's got a hat rack that's pretty impressive, though. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Okay,
You said rack, and I immediately thought of something different. And we only got a couple more minutes of the show. Stay focused. Come on.
Brigade Proxy's NFL story of the day. If you want to text us the way that Gio just did, 702-570-8255. In on the show yesterday, somebody texted us, turned around, went to go meet him. Philip from Iowa.
Flip.
Knocked it down. Team Flip. Signed up. Good to go. In and out at the Tuscany. Easy peasy, no sweat.
Took longer to get the traffic to weave for us to get there. Flip was in and out quick. Got to meet Flip Phone Phil.
Yeah.
Trip.
That's cool.
The other guy there. Mikey working. That was fun. It was just great to meet someone again, just from out of town, here on vacation. Said I'm signing up for the contest.
I've been talking I didn't realize it afterwards because it was like so chaotic and running in and out. I've been talking to Philip on Twitter because he's a guy who's been listening to the Juice for a long time. I have like a history, like a 3-year running DM history with him. I didn't even realize it.
And that's the first time face to face?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's awesome. I don't like that. I love that. I was excited to meet, and he, it was these people, regular people, get to talk
with the
about
family
kids and vacation, cool. And it was fun. It's fun.
It was awesome.
And hopefully Jay Buck said it best on the Twitter. Some Brigade members taking this thing down.
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Oh, it'd be phenomenal. Year one for us. Stand up there with the check. It'd be great.
Man, I don't even know what hat I would wear. That would be phenomenal.
We'd have fun. How about that? I guarantee you that. That night would be a fun night here in town. We'd have some fun in Vegas. That would be
one time, baby.
Seriously.
Oh
you guys show up and you take home the giant check like Publishers Clearinghouse. Let's go. 100%. Let's go. Brigade Proxy Service NFL story of the day. Turnover on downs is now an automatic review.
Good or bad?
I don't know. I'm skeptical and scared about what this could mean. So just for clarity,
if it's 4th and 1 and we go for it, we ram through and knock the running back 3 yards. What are we reviewing? Put the ball down and line up and let's go.
They're going to review it. Yes, every time. Because now they consider it a turnover, and every turnover is automatically reviewed. Just like every scoring play is automatically reviewed.
I don't need more reviews. I need less. Right?
Yeah. I was surprised. I saw this morning. That's why I put it in there. Because I was like, that feels like that's going to have a bigger impact on some game than we're ready for. Like there's going to be some end of game situation. You go for it on 4th down. You get stopped. They're out of challenges. They can't throw the red flag. And then all of a sudden, here comes the guy in the sky who comes down and says, actually, he got the first down. Drive continues. And we're like, wait, they spotted it short. They challenged. They ran out of their challenges.
I don't know, man. I don't think it needs to be automatic.
Squirrel this in your brain, okay? It is August the 4th, Friday, Roll Call Friday at exactly noon Pacific time. Put this in your brain. At some point, we're going to be talking about this rule change during the season about it either helping or hurting a team.
Oh, I would bet it all. I would bet it all on that. It might be week 1. I think not whether we are or not. What week are we talking about this?
Right. How
Let's
deep
do
in
an
the year?
over under.
7.
It's by week. Oh, hell no. It's by week 3.
Wow.
1, 2, or 3. Something happens, and you and I are talking about this. I'll give you the number 3.5. You going over or under?
I'll go over, but
all right, I'll go under.
It could happen. So just keep
guys
that in
remind
mind.
me in the chat, because if we haven't talked about it by week 3, you have to remind me and send me a DM, and then I'll make sure we talk about it. Get another rundown.
They may hit this. Yeah, well, it may happen.
But I mean, I don't think we'll have to worry about it. This is a silly. What is the thinking behind this?
Because turnovers are automatically reviewed. Turnover on downs is a turnover. All of them are, right. It falls under the same. No, it falls under the same umbrella of a turnover. When a change of possession happens, they want it reviewed every time now.
My friend Alan Berg, who's now a suit at WinBet, when we used to do cash considerations. He said these reviews are for them to get more commercials. This is a money grab.
It's possible. I mean, it's not entirely
Got to
wrong.
review. If I throw an incomplete pass on 4th down, you got to review it.
Yeah.
What is the guy looking at on that?
I don't know. It's a good question. But you're right. There is something to that because that might make an automatic commercial break.
Of course it will.
So.
And then there'll be another sports book ad in there. Some official betting partner or some fantasy league or some website that's talking about how to pick games better. Damn it.
Not wrong. 702-570-8255, the text line for the Brigade Proxy Service. Westgate Super Contest, Circa
Business
Million.
is good, by the way.
Survivor.
People are asking how the business is. Business is fine. Thank you for your concern. If you'd like to come and sign up, it's $300 for the proxy service and $100 every entry after that. In case anyone was wondering. People are asking about.
I thought we weren't going to say that on the show.
I just said it now. I don't know who's fucking listening. Sorry, Will. You can come after.
It's great. I love it. It's phenomenal. And it's just funny. We weren't going to say it on the show. And I just said
it. It's going to be on Friday and Saturday on Sports Grids. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. It's just there it is. Tell them. Come on in.
Come and sign up. 702-570-8255 text number for the Brigade Proxy Service. If you're coming next week, just heads up, we are very busy. So definitely text us, tell us you're coming. Don't do it day of, do it a day before. Let us get you locked down for whatever contest you're getting into of the 3, because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week is going to be busy.
I don't know about you. I've kind of explained to the family. We went to Slam Ball last night, which I'll mention is my favorite thing about today, but I'm kind of explaining to them that I'm not saying goodbye, but I'm just letting you know that for the month of August, I'm going to be in and out a lot. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening that I cannot explain because we got to be there for the people. We are a show for the people, by the people. The Brigade Proxy Service is for the people. So we will be here when you get here. And when you call, we will come, make sure you're signed up, and then you will give us your picks all season. Guaranteed. Told the kids, not going to see you much. Trying to explain to the wife, trying to,
She knows.
She understands.
Now, but the best thing you ever did was to put us all 3 into a group chat so she can see what really is going on.
Right.
That's what we're
doing.
The best thing you ever did was to do that.
It's great. So that's good. Yeah. We'll see about title shots this weekend, and maybe worry about seeing you in Thanksgiving because we're going to be busy until then.
Maybe so. Before we let go of Sports Grid, no evidence found that the games in Iowa were tampered with by the players who have been arrested. 7 of them who have been arrested. Currently, 7 former or current athletes at the 2 schools in Iowa State, have been criminally charged this week for their involvement. Most notably, the starting quarterback for Iowa State, Hunter Deckers, has been charged with tampering with records and other illegal acts. But 5,000 wagers totaling more than $100,000 placed between January of 21 and May of 23. But every game completely tucked, perfectly put into place. No questions can be asked. Impeccably done.
Shocking.
Shocking that was the result. That's amazing.
Did Sherlock Holmes have a big magnifying glass? Like when he did stuff, or was it the Pink Panther? Was it the
Pink Panther?
Pink Panther guy had that big sleuth. There was I used to love to read mysteries when I was a kid. Encyclopedia Brown really solved these cases. They went deep with this one. These kids were betting $7 a game, $8 a game. The games aren't fixed, though. Don't worry about it. It was just kids being kids. They were underage. Don't worry about it. We'll slap on the wrist. We'll take care of it. And now we'll find out who else is doing it.
Maybe so. Sports Grid, have a great weekend. We will talk to you on Monday, same place, same time. For you guys who are live on YouTube and on Twitter, hit the subscribe button. If you have not done so already, you guys are getting bonus time.
It's Inspector Clouseau. Thank you, JPC the 4th. And D Weezy for a 5 said in the green, in the super chat, Crunchy Beaver and the Rack Parlay cashed. We can say that shit on the bonus time because this is our time. So now if you really want to fire this shit up, start hitting that thing and we'll say it all. Perrault will piss his pants or pass out one way or the other. And the Braves are up 4-0 on the Cubs.
Damn it.
In the 4th inning.
Damn it. That was a bet. Should have made.
The hell with that wind.
Should have bet the team total for the Braves.
With the wind.
Over 4.5. That's my fault. Sorry. I choked on that bet. Oh well.
Over 4.5. What in the first 5?
No, team total game. Team total for the Braves.
They got 4. It's only the 4th.
I know. That's right. I just said I choked on the bet. Yes.
Oh.
It was 4.5 for the first 5 and 4.5 for the team. So both bets I choked on. Although 4.5 could miss still, but I think the Braves will score one more run on it. DraftKings yesterday, stock soared.
Yes.
It's interesting because they still lost a lot of money, but they lost a lot less.
Oh,
so
another home run. Ozuna 5-0 Braves in the 4th inning.
Damn it. I hate when I do that.
And it's clear and sunny, so there ain't no chance of a rain out. So
that's bummer.
Bye-bye. Yeah. So what do you make of this? Did you read the article? I went deep and read it. And
I read it. Yeah. They lost money. They lost $70 million.
That's okay
in the quarter, but it was way less than what they lost a year ago in second quarter.
So we're making progress.
So we're climbing out of the hole.
Yeah.
And so they believe that they have a path to become profitable. They're not there yet, but they're on a path to profitability.
Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion were on the path, on the yellow brick road to the Wizard of Oz, too. Okay?
I don't know
path to profitability?
I don't know if that's fair. They had a 90% raise in profit from Q2 22 to Q2 23. They're spending
why?
less. They're spending less.
The operations cost got cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of friends that were getting money to do shows and podcasts and things like that
they're spending less.
They ain't getting it no more.
Right.
A lot of people that they paid a lot of money to be endorsers, to be spokespeople, whatever the word is that you call it, in-house media.
Yes.
I don't know. They're not getting it. Okay. Are you still trying to book the games 11 to win 10?
I don't know. They've offered a lot of things besides betting. They're doing DFS. They're doing sports betting. They're doing collectibles. They're doing all sorts of things.
Are they doing sports cards? We know a guy that did sports cards for me and you. How about that shit? We could get. Can we get NFTs? Are they still doing those NFTs?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, they're still doing that. So it's just interesting. Stock. If you have DraftKings stock, go check it because it pounced big time up yesterday. Sorry, go ahead. Ask what?
No. I was going to say we're going to have Emerson back on. Ask him about maybe they cut back the string cheese at the joint.
Hold on. Learned something. I can stop and start those. I didn't realize I could do that. Oh, that's neat. You can stop and start.
I love bonus time.
They learned something
because it's just us and the boys and girls in the chat. Ain't no one else. You got to listen to the show. You either got to download wherever you get podcasts, subscribe, and listen to it in your ear, and hopefully keep the car on the lanes, or watch the show live with us on YouTube. It's the only place you can get this part of the show. Big sponsorship money coming for that bonus time thing, I think.
Texas, Florida, first 5 over 4.5. Betting and are booking it today.
Like this?
It's just in Miami, not Florida. Sorry, I'm getting my team names confused.
Really on college football mind.
Sorry.
Right now, Texas and Florida.
Yeah.
4.5. What's the juice?
-118.
I'll book this. I think you're right, but it's just something. This is the first time that Texas is seeing Luzardo.
Yep.
This makes me nervous. I'll book this one. Should go over.
Phillies team total over 5 -120.
Phillies team total is 5. They're playing Kansas City. Oh, JC from Casey's going to get mad.
It's okay. It's Lyle's day.
Yeah. I think it wins. I bet this one. Yeah, we'll bet it. 6-0 Braves. I mean, this game it may be over. This is, jeez.
Had the right read and didn't and choked. The wind scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Let people get my head on that. That's my bet on that.
Yep.
My fault.
BVB NFTs are brilliant. Thank you, Addison. Does anybody know how to do that? We'll do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bet this, yes?
Bet this, yes.
Okay. Favorite thing about today is what?
From doing the show and all the other stuff that we do, we've made some connections with people. And I like to keep the connections alive as long as possible until the person either doesn't need you in their life or doesn't want you in their life. And that's fine. As long once you're in with me, you're in until you show yourself the door. So you can reach out. You don't have to talk to you for 6 months. And then, bam, send me a text and it'll result in a conversation or a phone call that will feel like we've talked forever.
Right.
Last night, I'm at Slam Ball. And there's a guy playing for the Slashers that I just could not believe that this guy looked exactly like someone we know.
Yep.
And I am sitting there with the kids, and the little one was like, "Why did you bring me here?" The big one was already working with me, trying to come up with what the number should be spread-wise.
Nice.
And the middle one was with her friend eating popcorn and nachos and everything else, while my wife and I were marveling at the athleticism and physicality of the game. But this guy, Tony, from Long Beach, California, looked exactly like a friend of ours, Raheem Palmer. And I sent a text, and I took a picture of him and sent a text to him and you, because that was the last one I had. That's what came up. And I said, "Hey, I didn't know you played slam ball too."
It's so good.
It was so funny. And it resulted
in
him texting back. And then I took another picture of him in the post game. And it was just too good. And it's one of those things that reminded me, one, how blessed we are to do what we do in this media space. And two, to not take it for granted, because, you know, for a lot of people are going into football season, not knowing what they're going to do, not sure what the future holds. Well, guess what? Neither do we. But I know after our meeting yesterday, I feel pretty good about where this show is and where we're going. And with more things happening maybe this weekend or next week, I am very, very excited and thankful that we have so many people that come in for Roll Call Friday, BVB bonus time, and all the rest of the shit that happens on the social media, especially on the Twitter on Fridays. Thank you. That's the best thing about today for me.
Yeah, I'm the same. Short and sweet. It's Roll Call Friday. It's the best thing about today. It's the best thing about the week. It's super fun. It's awesome to wake up to in the morning. It's awesome to see you guys try to one-up each other and create different videos and then go on the Discord channel, bvbshow.com. If you're listening and you haven't joined the Discord channel, come football season, you're going to want to be in there. Come on over. Be a part of it. It's a lot of fun in there. A lot of people post some fun stuff and cool stuff. We're going to get that thing cooking again, a bit more active as we're all kind of coming back to life here. School starts next week here in Las Vegas. I know school started today, I think, in Florida. I think I saw some of my friends posting pictures of their kids going to school today. So I don't know why they start on Friday, but you know, they got that.
Kind of
I don't know. I was like, today's first day of school in Florida. I was like, wait, what? But I guess so. So I don't know.
Go to school, have the weekend off. You have 3 months off, then go to school one day and then have the weekend off.
Yeah.
As a parent, I'd be like, you're not going to school today. But it's the first day of school. You're not going today.
Stupid. I agree. It's ridiculous. You guys start Monday. Madeline starts on Wednesday.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't really put my brain around it. I was sitting there last night talking with her, and I'm like, man, this is your last weekend of the summer. Like, this is, wait, what? Like, okay, hold on a second. We got Bet Bash next week. We got a ton of proxy service business coming in next week. I got to pick you up every day from school. Hold on.
Like, the whole day is different. The whole day.
I was like, I got to figure out, I need to be somewhere every day at 3:00 now. Like, this is not for the last 2.5 months, I haven't had to be anywhere at 3 o'clock. Now I got to be somewhere at 3 o'clock. Like, it's okay. That's a different story. So
Yep.
the world is coming back online. I feel like, someone just threw that switch, like back online.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Turn the lights on. A lot of things have to happen. So enjoy the
Also
weekend,
wanted a
everybody.
quick
Yeah.
shout out. David, Daly's picks. Just a reminder, everybody's going through something. And Double D, we
Yeah.
got you.
We see it, man. Be good.
Yeah, just do your thing, focus on you, and we'll be here. And we've been here for a lot of people. Rainmaker Lou just came in and said, it's been a rough year for me, but this show has rejuvenated me and gives me a little bit of an escape every day. We're going to see Rainmaker Lou in a month. He's going to be here. Lastly, Pharrell, I know you're not watching the show, but if you say arrest these men again on the socials, I'm coming for you. I'm going to be on Scott Farrell's show in an hour.
Good.
And I'm going to bury him.
Good.
I can't wait. I'm going on. If I had a cop outfit, I would go on and say, I'm going to arrest you. Who are you arresting? Don't be talking about me and Perrault like that. Come on the show. The people want you. We're going to get him on next week. Good job by Coach JY2 today. Thank you.
He tried to come back in during the show, but I left him hanging. I wasn't putting him back on. He was 2, 5, 10 sheets to the wind. We're not putting him back on the air, given his current state. He was walking around like this. It was bouncing around. So thank you for Coach for coming on in. We will talk to you on Monday for another episode.